hours out in the heat with nothing but the clothes on his back and a couple of dogs following close by his side. That's how a 5-year-old spent his Thursday. WTVA's Ethan Foster joins us with a closer look at what happened in the time it took sheriff's deputies to find him.
Emily, it was hot yesterday, but thank goodness that did not stop people of all kinds from coming out to help look for this child. He's 5-year-old Robert Holcomb Jr. He's safe and sound. He's just fine. He was found just about 24 hours ago last night. This is how investigators say it all happened. We talked to Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson. Here's what he said happened. Amber Lindsay and Robert Holcomb Sr. got up around 8 a.m. Thursday. They saw their son, 5-year-old Robert Holcomb Jr., and went back to bed, leaving Robert unattended. Another male in the house on County Road 711 noticed him playing outside with his dogs a few hours later around 10:30. Again, he left Robert by himself and went back to bed. It was an hour later when Robert's parents woke up and realized he was missing.
Right now we know for a fact, and it's pretty concrete, that somewhere between 10:30 a.m. and 12 noon this child came up missing.
The search began in the Verona area. Deputies from the Lee County Sheriff's Office joined with multiple law enforcement agencies, including those from Monroe County, Union County, Noxubee County, and DeSoto County, as well as local fire departments and volunteers. As people searched a 3-mile radius on foot, by boat, and by ATV, Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson started to dial in to a specific point of interest in the case. 2 dogs said to be with the 5-year-old, a blue heeler and a golden lab.
As long as the boy has been missing since about 11 or 11:30 this morning, so have the dogs. They've not been seen. So, that could be a clue that someone is looking for instead of the child.
If those dogs had shown up back at home, that likely would have meant something had happened to Robert. But the dog's absence meant one of 2 things. Either they were still with Robert or something had happened to them. The sheriff and the team continued searching into the night with ground crews flying drones with infrared capabilities and a helicopter circling overhead by 7:30. The search pushed forward, but Robert was nowhere to be found. As the day's end got closer and closer, the sheriff had one message for everyone at home who wanted to help.
Social media is our greatest avenue right now. Share this post, share this information. I saw earlier that the post that we have at the Sheriff's Department has been shared over 5,000 times, and that's great. Share it 5,000 more. Just keep getting it out there. The more people that's out there, the more people that's looking, will be the more information that we get.
Around 10:30, the decision was made to call off the search for the night. The volunteers were praying that Robert Holcomb would soon be found. And as the sheriff made his way over to tell us the search was ending, he got the news that everyone had been waiting to hear.
Basically, the people that watch this network has listened to what we asked them to do and shared this information. We had an individual that saw someone fitting this description probably about 3 miles from here with a dog, a small child in a very odd area, did not see the newscast, got to the office or where they were working, saw the newscast, called someone, they contacted us. We were able to put our hands on the child. He is in the deputy's car right now. A little bit dehydrated. We're going to check him out with medically, but looks like we've got a good ending here, and we're very, very thankful.
Around 10:15, 5-year-old Robert Holcomb had been spotted, and that's when Lee County Sheriff's deputies were able to find him near the Highway 45 and Green Street exit, get him medical treatment, and put him in Child Protective Services care. On Friday, Sheriff Jim Johnson held a press conference at the Lee County Sheriff's Department with an update on the case, saying they had arrested 32-year-old Amber Lindsay and 39-year-old Robert Holcomb Sr.
I will exhaust all means that I have within my power to ensure this child is not put back in that situation again.
Both parents were charged with a felony count of child neglect, and after Lindsay was found with 4 grams of meth, both were charged with another felony count for possession of methamphetamine. The sheriff said after Robert was found Thursday night, he got home and his 10-year-old came and jumped in his lap. He said it reminded him of why the case was so important.
This case is personal. When the responsibility lies on your shoulders that a 5-year-old child is missing and you know that child is helpless, that is an enormous weight to carry.
Amber Lindsay and Robert Holcomb Sr. will be awaiting their bond next Monday. Again, we want to thank everyone who had a hand in following 5-year-old Robert Holcomb Jr. Whether you were out volunteering or whether you shared a post on social media, you helped contribute to finding that little boy. Of course, we will continue to follow any new updates that come out, but until then, Emily, back to you.